Digital Book Player DS1 Model by Kathy Smiley. There are two different kinds of digital book players, a standalone digital book player and a software digital book player. The DS1 model is considered a standalone book player. It is portable. It plays audio books stored on USB flash drive cartridges or audio files stored on an AMR, WB, or an MP3 and an RIFF wave formats. When a button is pushed on the device, a voice comes on telling the listener what button they have pushed. Using the standalone digital book player, the user operates the player using the buttons located on the top surface of the player. The player will automatically power on and give an audible greeting when the user plugs the power cord into the outlet or when the power button is pushed. When the player is turned on, the player will start or resume the playing of a digital talking book or DTB automatically when the cartridge is inserted into the player. As you can see, this is a diagram of the standalone digital book player. The rewind, play, stop, and fast forward controls are centered and located close to the front edge of the player. These primary controls are used to start and stop the book and to move the reading position. The square green play stop button initiates the playing of the book or stops a book or message already playing. The white triangle rewind and fast forward buttons to the left and right of the play stop button move the reading position through the book further in time. Periodically, the amount of book time passed is announced, while beeps indicate the crossing of chapter boundaries during both rewind and fast forward. Just behind the rewind, play, and fast forward controls are the power, sleep, and volume buttons. The round red power button is pressed to turn the player on and off. It is located close to the left edge of the player. The white sleep button, shaped like a crescent moon, is used to start or continue playback for 15, 30, 45, or 60 minutes. It is centered just behind the play stop button. The yellow volume buttons are shaped like arrowheads and point up and down. They are close to the right edge of the player. Both the power, sleep, and volume control is a raised line running from one side of the player to the other. This line divides the 6 most frequently used controls on the front of the player from the tone and speed controls located behind the raised line and on either side of the round speaker. The tone and speed buttons are shaped like up and down arrows like the volume buttons. The volume, tone, and speech controls all announce the direction of adjustment with each press of the button. The speed control changes the speed of the speech from 50% to 300% of normal with no change in pitch. The player can be powered from a wall outlet or from an internal battery pack. The player is designed to resist entry of small liquid spills and insects. The digital talking book cartridges is inserted into the cartridge dock opening on the front of the player directly below the play stop button. The player has a pull-out handle located between the cartridge dock opening for easy carrying. Where to purchase the digital book player. This type of digital book player is free to anyone who meets the qualifications for free services from the Library of Congress National Library for the Blind and Physically Handicapped. Someone who has an eyesight of 2200 or higher can qualify for this free service. The book player and any books on tape can be ordered online through the Library of Congress National Library for the Blind and Physically Handicapped. Any product ordered is shipped for free of charge and can be returned for free as well. If you do not qualify through the Library of Congress, this type of digital book player can be purchased online through SETC Lending Library Catalog. The price is $500 and the barcode is 2312. Some advantages of a digital book player are it's easy to use, lightweight, which makes it easy to carry. The voice comes on to tell you which button you have pushed or which function you are doing. The speed can be adjusted, and the students can follow along to teach them tracking skills. Some disadvantages to the digital book player is the price. If you're unable to get it free from the Library of Congress, it can be kind of pricey just to get it. The book player, like any other technology device, can break. You have to wait on the books that you ordered to be shipped free to your house, and students are not actively engaged in reading. This is the digital book player DS1 model. The main functions of the book player are located towards the bottom of the book player and is separated by this line right here that I talked about earlier in the presentation. The main functions are the power button, and there is a P in Braille to identify it, the sleep button, and there's an S to help identify it, and the volume buttons has a V, and it also has kind of raised lines going up and going down to indicate to raise the volume up or raise the volume down. We also have the fast forward button, and it is indicated with an F, and it also has the raised lines, the green play stop button, and above it is a P for play and stop in Braille. And then we have the rewind button, and it has an R Braille to help identify it, and it also has the raised line arrows. Above the line, we have the tone button, and it has a T to help indicate where it is located, and it also has the arrows going up and down. On the other side of the speaker, we have the speed button, and it is identified with S to tell someone that this represents the speed button. When you order one of these through the Library of Congress for the blind and physically handicapped, you can also order books on tape to play in this. When you get those, they come in this blue cartridge like this. You just open them up, and the book is on here and it's played on this. Now, to play your book on this digital book player, you insert it through here. You press the power button.
Player on.
Things that float and things that don't.
Current position.
Our world is covered with rivers, lakes, seas, and oceans.
As you can hear, the speed of this is high, so to change the speed,
it displaces
speed down.
Water. The weight of the water the clay boat
and it slows down the speed. Each function that you push, the voice comes on and tells you what you're doing. So for the tone button,
places equals the
tone up.
weight of the boat and its
tone up.
contents. Because of the shape of
tone down.
the boat,
Tone down. Tone down.
part of its contents is air. The boat will continue to
and for the sleep button,
float if the
sleep 15 minutes.
density of the boat and its contents is
Sleep cancel.
and what this does, if you push the sleep button and let it go, after 15 minutes, this will automatically turn off. Now I'm going to demonstrate the volume button.
less than the density of
Volume up.
the water.
Volume up.
Steel is about 8 times as
Volume down. Volume down.
dense as water.
Now, the fast forward and the rewind buttons are kind of different. When you push them, you can hold them down, and it'll tell you how many minutes that you're skipping ahead in the book, and I'm going to demonstrate that.
A cube of solid
Forward. 20 seconds.
icebergs are huge.
Forward. 20 seconds. Forward. 1 minute. New location.
End of Things That Float and Things That Don't by David A. Adler.
Okay, now I'm going to demonstrate the rewind function.
Back. Back 20 seconds. Back 1 minute. Back 5 minutes, new location, within.
Our world is covered with rivers, lakes, seas, and oceans. Is less than 62 pounds.
Okay, now there is a cord to this button. It's located in the back in this little storage compartment, and that's used to plug it in, or you can put batteries in it. Now when you are done playing your book on tape and you want to return it back to the library, you just pull it out, stick it back into the blue container it came in, close it up, and you turn the card over to return it. And this is shipped to you, and it's shipped back to the library for free.